Ladies and gentlemen, I'm welcoming you in on a little overcast and rainy Sunday here in South Florida. Not Florida, but Florida. You know, that's just the New York twang that they brought with them all the way down I-95, which I comedically heard. It's, you know, well, with all the, they call it the Hebrew Highway. Yep. It's a fitting name. I mean, hell, they don't go further out west. How many guys named Ira from the Bronx do you know out in Wyoming? Probably zero. Anyway, Florida. I'm showing 77 degrees. We had a bit of rain come in yesterday afternoon, which I have a confession to make. I did not work out yesterday. And I know I talked it all up on my drive in yesterday, but I was just so fucking tired. When I got home from work, I did a little bit of running around after work. Nothing major, just to get some shopping done and take care of some things. But I got home and, man, I just hit a fucking wall. Like, I literally, snoozed for a couple of minutes. And I was like, man, all right, let me get up and do a workout. I stood up, and I was ready to get going. I'm like, I can't even do the warm-up. Like, I feel shot. When my brain is shot, that's the worst. I can be sore, I can feel worn out, but, when my brain does not want to work, there's no hope for me. Shocker, I know. Well, why doesn't that happen every day, Mike? Shut up. Shut your fucking mouth right now. But I managed to sleep, 10 or 11 hours. Now, yes, I kept and forced myself up till, 9 or 10 o'clock p.m. But just dog-ass tired the whole time, not even knowing what to do. Normally, I'm gonna start live streaming my video game stuff. Let me start doing that. Only did that for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours tops. And my brain was fried. I'm like, I don't want to pass out right now because it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that would just be silly. I'll wake up at midnight, and then I'm fucked once again. So I stayed up till maybe 9 or 10, I'll say. Had my alarm set for 8, and I woke up to go to the bathroom. Had to be 10 or 15 minutes before my alarm went off. I didn't want to look at the clock, but as soon as, you just notice, the sun's kind of up, so, it's got to be after 6:30, it's got to be after 7 o'clock, something like that. And sure enough, it only took me, 15 minutes laying down. I didn't even pass back out, and all of a sudden the alarm went off. I was like, well, here we go, let's get the day started. So, that's the kind of sleep I need once a week. I don't think I've slept that long, and I don't know how fucking long. It's been a while since I've had 10 hours of sleep in one go. But goddamn, much needed. As I'm heading into vacation. Now, of course, that means today I should get some kind of a workout in. Also, I want to, excuse me, I want to get something done laundry-wise today. Whether that's the clothes or what, I should do something heading into vacation. Should get a bit of laundry done. Well, of course, I'll need to get my clothes done, but I have tomorrow off. I have Monday off, so I can get some laundry done then as well. Whether I double it up, I don't know. But as far as getting everything all set, because I'm going to be gone for the better part of 3 weeks. So, the comforter and the sheets and all that, get that stuff all good and cleaned up. Because rather than, it needs to be clean, number one, but two, do I want sitting there, nothing going on for 3 weeks and come back and I'm home now, let me fucking, relax, crash down in my bed and be like, it smells musty, or I don't know. I don't want that either. I'd rather things be smelling fresh for the time when I get back. Or maybe they'll need another washing after that, I don't know. But, I have a little topic, I guess, that I'm going to go with today. A little something that jumped into my brain and made me think, one, shut the fuck up, and two, what the fuck? Kind of one and the same. But, and this is where I'm attacking women. Well, not so much attacking women, but I mainly see this behavior, and I hear/see these mannerisms from women. I was on Facebook this morning, and a quote-unquote grown woman talking about Oh, she's in love with her new boyfriend and all that. Okay, yeah, all right. You said that the past 4 boyfriends. You're so in love with him and he's not like the others. But then it was something like, to the extent of, I'm done with Capricorns or something like that. My daily, my horoscope said, and it's so true about me. It's like, you sound like a 15-year-old. If you're 15, that's fine, but you're probably 25. And you should be over that whole horoscope thing. Now, I don't know. Maybe she read it on yahoo.com, because you can get daily horoscopes from them. Or weekly, whatever the case is. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the Cosmopolitan magazine has them. What other magazines might a girl read these days? A grown woman. I don't know. Vanity Fair, do they have horoscope? But wherever they get their fucking bullshit info from, I challenge you to look for a different daily horoscope and see how different it just might be. Or just to see how vague they all are in general. It's like, you're not compatible with an Aries or a Capricorn, but you're very compatible with a Taurus and a Leo. Oh, that's so true. Like, they'll buy into that shit. It's so fucking weird because, all right, somebody actually said that towards me once. They said, okay, the zodiac, the astrology thing, it's kind of fun. It's stupid and lame. It makes zero sense whatsoever. But okay, just for entertainment purposes. It's like, what are you? I forgot what the hell she said, but whatever. I'm a Taurus. What are you? It's like, well, I'm a Gemini. Oh, we're not compatible. It's like, how the fuck do you know? It's like, well, my horoscope says, my horoscope. Okay, you sound very religious. Well, the Bible says, yeah, pick and choose what you want out of it. But if that's the case, I'm not compatible with this specific chunk of the zodiac marked people, right? Aren't you being astrologically racist in that regard? You're going to exclude an entire group of people who are a false label that they can't even control. I can't help that I was born within that time window. I can't help that. That's not my belief system. That's not how... but you're a Gemini. You must be bipolar. Well, number one, go fuck your mother. 2, according to the Chinese zodiac, 1982? Because they go by years. Aren't I the astrological sign of the dog in the Chinese zodiac? Which means I'm very loyal. Don't you want that in your life? Nope, you're just gonna, Gemini, he's bipolar. He has personalities. He'll switch from hot to cold. Actually, no, I really don't. That doesn't mean that I don't have voices floating around my brain. It just means you're a fucking idiot for believing all that. And that's just voice acting. So don't let that get to you. See, I told you he's fucking crazy. I told you. Nope, that's just Mark Hamill's voice acting of the Joker in the Batman animated series. Look it up. Does that mean all actors are bipolar? Think about that. Because they can voice act, they can change character. They can go mindset to mindset, movie to movie. And how do, movies are what? What does it take them? A few months to film, and then they're into the next movie, and they're on to the next role. Then they're on to the next movie, they're on to the next role. Does that mean all actors and actresses are bipolar? Because they're able to flip switches like that and go, no, they're actors, that's different. How is that different from me? I'm not bipolar. I don't have split personalities. Really not. As a matter of fact, according to the Chinese zodiac, if those born within 1982 are in fact loyal, I would say that I pretty much am, almost to a fault. But even still, I don't believe in none of that shit, because it's extremely vague. Everybody is loyal in their own right to whatever degree. I don't know, fuck you motherfuckers in your Chevys, I'm gonna drive a Ford, because my daddy drove a Ford, and his dad before him drove a Ford, and fuck Chevy. I'm loyal to Ford, and he could be a Sagittarius. I don't know. I don't know what makes up a Sagittarius. I don't know what the false pretenses are that go along with that. And the reason why I say I'm picking on women in this certain aspect is because whenever people are talking zodiac and astrology and all that shit, it's always girls. I could be totally wrong. I'm not saying that guys don't. But when it comes down to it, Quebec plate right in front of me, a big old Cadillac Escalade EXT. Kind of that extended cab pickup. That's a big vehicle. Anyway, haven't been looking for other places because I'm on a roll right now. But I need to pick on women about this whole astrology thing because they seem to be the ones chiming in about it the most. There is an Ohio plate. Woo! So it's like whether they're posting that shit on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, they talk about it. Oh no! When my former boyfriend was a Capricorn, and I went out with a kid in high school. He was a Capricorn. They're just dicks. I'm never again talking with Capricorns. Isn't that being some kind of astrologically racist? Because again, that's something. Hey, someone who's black, they can't help that they're black. They were literally born like that. Someone who is born a Taurus, they can't help when they were born. Now, granted, it's all fucking bullshit anyway, because, like, in the past 5 years, didn't this Western, I don't even know what you would call this, you know, our signs of the, it's not the Chinese zodiac. What is this? Is this the American zodiac? I don't know. Another Quebec plate. That's a car, so it counts. And I see planes taking off. I'll see you soon enough. But that's all made up shit, number one. But if you're going to exclude people like that, it's all bullshit. Because within the past, I guess, 5 years, didn't they add the serpent into our zodiac here in the West, in the States? And so didn't that, like, I literally think I went from Gemini to Taurus. I think. I don't know. I don't even know what borders me. I think Taurus is before me, and then it's Gemini, then it's I don't know. Could be Cancer, I don't know. No, it's maybe later. No, it sounds right. Like, I know the signs, I just don't know when they fall. And since they added the serpent, kind of officially a few years ago, well, that fucks up everything, because that changed my zodiac sign. So, all those dumb bitches, oh, the Gemini, I can't deal with Gemini, they're too fucking crazy. Well, now I'm a Taurus. So, yeah, I'm going to be bullheaded and stubborn about this. You're a dumb cunt, straight up. Ha! I'll say it again. You're a dumb cunt, straight up. Because if you really believe in that stuff, I understand, like, if you kind of, like, if you follow the actual, whatever, the Greek mythology or the Roman mythology of, like, all these signs, Aries and Leo and all that, okay, that maybe they mean something. When those constellations are highest in the sky or whatever, or when they're facing this direction, okay, that's a sign of something. Okay, if you want to go that route, Colorado plate passing me in the express lane. Anyway, like, okay, like, that's fun, but if you're going to exclude people because of it, I mean, hell, the Chinese would have to avoid people born entirely. Like, you cannot fuck with people that are, you know, within those 12-year time gaps, because every year has its own sign. So it's like, this year is the sign of the dog, this year is the sign of the dragon, this year is the rooster / the cock, right? This is the sign of the bull, this year is the sign, whatever. You're excluding people based on what year they were born. That's pretty fucking wide. New York plate, and what's this one? Virginia plate. Oh, I'm getting passed by all kinds of people. But for these girls, and I have to call them girls because if, you know, like, okay, if you look at it to whatever degree, like, before the serpent came into play, I guess I'm a Gemini. Do I hold that tried and true for anything? Well, no. No, I don't. Unless I literally have a twin walking the planet somewhere. I mean, I guess that would make sense. I mean, that's somewhat fitting. But I don't. My dad's a Gemini. Oh, that's where it is, right there. Yeah, but everybody who is a Gemini does not have a Gemini attached to their fucking, you know, to their life, to their bloodline, whatever the case might be. So I have a friend who's a Taurus, and he can be stubborn. Oh, there you go. Yeah, but that's bland. My brother can be stubborn, and he, I don't even know what he is. July 21st, look it up. I don't know what his sign is. My brother can be incredibly like grudge-holding stubborn. It's like, oh, like July 20th, yeah, exactly. That's this for sure. That exactly fits what he is. But my mom can be that way too. My dad can be that way. We all can. That's what I'm trying to... Well, it's just your parents and your family. That's all. You're all stubborn. No. Certain things we can be. That plate, oh, I can't quite see. I'm exactly next to him. I can't see the plate. But But it's a lot of women. I said, like, what kind of false hope are they trying to look for in these things? Because part of the joke that I had earlier with this, I was thinking to myself, well, okay, oh, you're in love with your new boyfriend, blah, 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 this and that. We go, oh, we're compatible because of this. Like, I can never find the right guy. Maybe that's because you're the wrong girl. Or maybe you're the right girl. You're the right girl to be walked over by all these guys. If you keep setting yourself up for failure, it doesn't matter what the fuck zodiac sign he is. If he wants to get in your pants and treat you like a fucking doormat, okay, number one, you need to keep your legs closed a little bit and not look to the zodiac, not look to Cosmopolitan magazine for a fucking reference on what kind of guy is right for you. You need more help than you're willing to admit. But you're going to go to yahoo.com and see what the daily horoscope says. That's exactly right. That's so vaguely true. It's like, hey, we all want to be loyal to some degree. Not to a fault, though. We all are stubborn to some degree. Sometimes that is to a fault. We are all a good companion to some degree, but not for everybody. Like I will admit, oh, and here comes the Gemini, the bipolar, the fucking personalities. When I'm hanging around different groups of friends, maybe I act differently, and maybe the inside jokes are a little different. But that's just because that's the comfort, the familiarity with that group of people versus this group of people. So, like, I kind of know what punches I can throw, so to speak. I know my limitations. I know what's okay. If there's children around, I don't fucking swear and call people cunts and jerk-offs, and I don't tell them to go fuck their mothers. Why? Because I have a sense of my surroundings. I mean, if there's one zodiac sign that I don't even know if it exists, maybe I am a serpent, because to some degree, I feel I can be a chameleon at some times, right? Like, I can kind of blend into my surroundings or just disappear within my surroundings and not be noticed, as opposed to fakely trying to blend in, in the forefront. I can somewhat fade away and just camouflage myself into the background, and you'll never remember I was there. Everybody else is sitting around talking about blah, blah, this and that, and the stock market and politics. Well, you can kind of tell who's fake and who's bullshit about a lot of those things, because someone starts the conversation and other people try to blend in and chime in with their few cents. There's a cop sitting right here, got somebody pulled. Someone else got rear-ended right here. Wow. Was this a hit and run? Because his trunk is fucked up way more than mine was. And it looks like he got rear-ended at the back end of the fucking ramp. Holy shit, his rear end is fucked up. Fucked up. Because that person, yeah, I'll bet you, he was trying to merge into the ramp, just same as me. Alright, I got hit by a moving truck. That was car on car. He got fucked up. God damn. Wish I had me some 9 dash cams in this place. Well, there you go, jump into a different topic, you bipolar Gemini, you. But I'll bet you what happened to me happened to them. I'll bet you. Another Quebec plate. Oh well. But I just think it's a little disturbing how people will use your zodiac sign, something you have no control over, and like I said, you're astrologically being racist. Can't control when you were born. You just can't. Unless your parents, induce labor. Well, it'll more or less be your mother. I don't know, you'd have to go to the hospital and get all that figured out, whatever. A couple of weeks ahead of time. It's you really can't and shouldn't force those things, but you can't control that. You can't control that. It's I've known a bunch of fucking idiot Swedish motherfuckers. I hate the Swedes. You can't help that one of your parents were Swedish or that you were born in Sweden. You can't control that, and yet people are hated on for it. Now, something as vague as the goddamn astrology and the zodiac and all that shit, people are willing to exclude people from their lives because of those stupid, vague, made-up things. That, to me, is very pathetic. And like I said, the zodiac thing, checking the daily horoscopes, that's absolutely, I see that more out of women. So I gotta wonder, Girls, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because guys are dumb. Guys are insanely dumb. Like, they're so insecure about something that, and here was another part that I had thought up earlier today, and I got just under 10 minutes, so we're good to roll on this. Guys, like, all right, I'm 33, about to be 34. I can't really talk to people that brag about routine things unless they are in their late teens or in their early 20s. Like, dude, I was with this chick last night, and she fucked my brains out, it was awesome, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you shouldn't cheer things that, I get it if you're in your late teens or early 20s, because that's kind of a new thing for you, I'll bet, And I'm not saying that, well, the sex I have is bland and boring. Well, no, it's no longer a new thing. It's like, yeah, I'm already past going through the motions. Like, I know what I'm doing, what I'm capable of. And I know the fun that I can have, and the fun that I do have. I don't brag about those things. That's kind of like bragging about getting your paycheck. It's like, dude, look at how much money I made this week. Yeah, plus tips, dude, like, that's what I expect. It's the same kind of behavior. And this is where guys are dumb. It's like, bragging about shit like that, like, well, what are you hiding? You're showing me it's a magician's trick. You're showing me this. You're bringing this to my attention. What are you hiding? What are you trying to cover up? What are you masking? What insecurity? Like, I don't know. But there is something to it. Absolutely. But like, look at how much money I made. This is awesome. Got a big old paycheck. I'm going to party this weekend and drink it. Have I done that in the past? Maybe. Or maybe I said I got a good paycheck and I'm going to get all kinds of fucked up. But when did I do that? In my early 20s, because I didn't really start drinking until I was, party drinking, that is. Well, it doesn't matter when. But, most people like, oh, I stole some beer out of my dad's fucking 12-pack and I got drunk last night on 3 beers. When they're, 15, 16. That wasn't me. It took me a while to do that stuff. But that kind of behavior, like, nope, not so much me. Especially now. And I can't talk to those kinds of people. Because, like, yeah, dude, go making out with this chick, and then we started doing shit, and we went back to her place, and bro, it was fucking awesome, this, that, and the other. Hey, the fun I'm having, you're not going to find out unless she talks. I'll say that right now. Because, like, I don't need to brag about that stuff anymore. You know why? Well, because I'm past that. I don't need to validate myself based on, what's going on with the things in my pants. It's no, like, okay, remember, like, when you were a little kid, and maybe you don't remember, but you'll notice it in little kids. Like, Mommy, I made duties, and, like, they're happy that they were able to, make duties in their little kiddie potty all by themselves without Mommy or Daddy's assistance. It's you kind of brag about something new that you did. Something you didn't need help with or something new to you. Like, when you cook something, you want to take a picture of it. You want to, hey, look at it. Well, good, that's macaroni and cheese. Good for you, but that's not too fucking difficult. You put a pizza in the oven. That's not really cooking, but good for you. Some people do that a lot. They put up pictures on Instagram and on Facebook, and, okay, good for them. Some people are just like that, and I don't understand. Or maybe they'll go out to eat. This is what I'm having for dinner. Motherfucker, at the very least, you didn't even cook that, so I can't validate you on what the fuck you're having. So I give you no credit. The person who at least cooks their food and chronically takes pictures of it, okay, number one, that's just what they do. And 2, they're cooking it. So I'll give them way more credit than you. Where are you eating? That doesn't make any sense to me. But, the person that brags about certain things that can be, like, routine-ish, it's like, all right, so you went out with a girl last night and you all right, good for you. Like, not to brag, but I've been doing that for years already. It's like, by the way, in making that paycheck, oh yeah, guess what? I'm so fucking fly, I don't even get that paycheck. It's directly deposited into my account. Boom. Like, I don't even have to go back to that building to pick up that paycheck. I don't have to run to the bank to cash that motherfucker. They do it for me. Boom. You talk about exclusive, but I don't even brag about it. I don't post, dude, I just got my check direct deposited. Like, I'm so fly like a goddamn whatever. They'll try to validate themselves with something. Like I said, that's where guys are dumb. And let me cross-brand these two harmonious occasions where guys are dumb and they'll brag about, dude, I just fucking nailed this chick last night and she did this and this and we were all over the apartment, all over the place, blah, blah, having sex. Meanwhile, this is the girl who will wake up the next morning and say like, oh, well, he's a Sagittarius. I should have known. I regret everything I did last night. I'm never touching Sagittariuses again. Guys are dumb. Absolute boneheads. But then again, girls, why are you worrying about your fucking zodiac? What does your astrological sign have anything to do with it? I mean, there's something called the mirror. Maybe you should look into that a little bit more and see what the fuck the problem is. It's like, oh, I keep falling for these idiots. Well, doesn't that mean you have a problem? You know, Einstein's bit of insanity. And you get, where are you going? You dumb van driving motherfucker. Ugh. You turn into the lane and then get really slow and then go, shoo. You and your Chevrolet Venture. I think that's what it was, but either way, dumb driver. So it somewhat irks me that a girl would use her zodiac sign or use other people's zodiac signs against them. Like everything in her astrological sign, like that's, oh, she takes all the positives. She'll remember one person, whether it's, you know, someone that's involved in her life now or someone from her past, and use all of those qualities against the next person who has the same astrological sign. Like, isn't that some kind of, like, I don't know, is that some kind of racism or discrimination at the very least? Maybe racism's not the correct word, but she's going to use everything negative about that one person who shares that same sign against them, against everybody else who shares the same sign. I mean, that's just selfish and stupid. And yet she'll fall for the same kind of guy left and right because he's different than the others. And it turns out that they're exactly the same. Well, are all the guys the same, or are your actions the same? Do you keep falling for the same traps? Do you keep falling for the same words? Do you keep falling for the same body build or eye color or something? Is there some rotational thing that keeps happening where you keep falling for it? And then you're going to use the zodiac sign against them. Like, that's the fucking difference. I don't know. But apparently they will keep it locked up against them. People that do that, well, girls that do that, I mean, now, like I said, not so many guys do it. Just made my turn, by the way, West Island Drive by the North Perry Airport. Girls that do that, I really can't communicate with. I just can't. Because like I said, there's so many, it's vague, number one. And two, you can have so many avenues for where you go to get your daily horoscope. Or weekly, whatever the fuck it is. And like I said, you go from one website to the other that has these clever little things, and they're going to differ. Now, whether this sign is not compatible with your sign, maybe those hold true all the way up and down the board. I don't know who wrote these things, you know, in the beginning of time when they were first made up and developed. But even if there's any consistency to it whatsoever, like let's just say me being a Gemini, well, I'm not compatible with an Aries or with a Pisces. Perhaps. But I'm very compatible with a Taurus and, you know, sure, a Leo. I don't know. Maybe not good with these two, really good with these two. Perhaps. Maybe that is concrete all across the board. But this website's daily horoscope says this. This website's daily horoscope says this. This magazine for this week tells me this. It's all so vague. I may as well just get a fucking fortune cookie with my Chinese meal and realize that according to them, I'm a loyal little dog. And I'll just go with that. Hey, those lottery numbers have never worked for you, have they? So is the cookie wrong? Or are you the dumb cookie? Decide for yourself. 30-minute musing is about to roll out on this Sunday. So, I got tomorrow off. So till we meet again, I'll catch your ass down the road.